And we meet the music teacher turning school assembly classics into a sellout show, and he's bringing his tour here to our region.
Now, what are your memories of school assemblies? Maybe sitting cross-legged on a cold floor or singing the hymns, perhaps?
All of those, Matt. But a music teacher turned performer is starring in a series of sellout shows, reminding us of those old school songs. And we sent James Webster to find out what's got people singing along.
It is arguably the most unlikely set list to get a crowd going.
Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away.
But James Partridge, a piano and a book of classic school assembly songs is proving very popular indeed.
What has really just impressed me is actually how up for it people are, even from the first song. People start singing away. I don't have to encourage them that much because I thought, right, we're going to need to do warm-ups. We're going to have to get everyone going, getting up on their feet. But I've been really impressed by how many people have just properly gone for it.
I'm going to talk a bit about all of my go-to warm-ups that I do.
It started with videos for his classes during lockdown.
One more step along the world I go.
But the audience grew wider.
There's water, water of life.
From there, I was performing online 3 or 4 times a week, and people were tuning in and kept requesting these school assembly songs.
And now it's turned into this.
Yes, very good, great actions.
I started teaching music 33 years ago, so all these songs are just in there, in the back of the brain. Magic Penny was the first song I ever learnt at school. I think I was 5, and I can still remember my teacher, Miss Smith, teaching us Magic Penny.
I loved From the Tiny Ant. That was my favourite. I massively remember doing that as a... I liked the man that built his house upon the rocks. Yeah, with the action.
James started his latest national tour of shows at the Corn Exchange in Dorchester this weekend.
A lot of these songs have stayed with people for a long time, but also a lot of them haven't been heard for decades.
How much has it taken you by surprise, the affection that people have for these songs?
It has massively taken me by surprise. If you had told me, let's say 5 years ago, that would be the case, I'd say you're absolutely joking. But the more I posted online, the more people said, oh, that sounds really fun.
Do you remember this book from school?
People were reconnecting with their childhoods, and I feel like it really unlocked something in a lot of people where they missed that communal experience of being in a room full of people singing together. I've turned it into a form where you can get involved and do the actions, and people will stand up by the end and start dancing.
So a music teacher by day and sellout shows on an evening. Some might say he's got the whole world in his hands. James Webster, ITV News.
Do you remember any of them?
Now, look, I was sceptical about that piece, I confess. What was the interest in this? I remember every one of those hymns.
Really?
And I can remember singing them in assembly at primary school. And the cover of that book with the children's faces.
See, my classic wasn't there.
What was that?
Kumbaya, my
Yes,
lord.
yes.
See, you used to really love that one.
Yeah.
And I could do it in tune, I think. But
Are you sure about that?
But look at it.
Sorry. Let's go with yes.
Rude.
Sorry.
Anyway, just to let you know, that show, Assembly Bangers, is coming here to our region. It's already started in Dorchester, and then it's heading to Salisbury, Southampton, Henley, Cranley and Didcot.
Now,